North Georgia. Welcome to North Georgia News Now. I'm Jimmy Harper. Coming up today in local news, a 26-year-old male who drowned at Hague Mill Lake Park over the weekend has been identified. Dalton's unemployment rate rises. Thomas the Tank Engine will be returning to Chatsworth as the second Saturday events wind down. We'll also tell you about all the ways you can celebrate. Later, we'll get into some state news, but now, here's your local weather.
Today's local weather is brought to you by Build Well Bake.
Welcome back. A man who died at Hague Mill Lake Park in Dalton Saturday evening has been identified as Ivan Gonzalez, 26, of Calhoun. According to Bruce Frazier, the communications director for the city of Dalton, Gonzalez had apparently been kayaking and entered the water to swim without a life jacket. He reportedly became tired and called for help before going beneath the surface of the water, Frazier said. A person who was fishing on the other side of the lake made a 911 call at about 7:02 p.m. Dalton Police and Fire Department personnel responded, along with personnel and watercraft from the Georgia Department of Natural Resources, the Georgia State Patrol Dive Team, and Gordon County Fire and Rescue. City officials said at 11:40 p.m. on Saturday night that a body had been found. Frazier said the body was found in the water at the bottom of the lake near a dock in the northeast corner of the lake, which was in the same general area where Gonzalez was last seen. There is not yet information about an official cause of death. The park was closed to the public Saturday evening during the search and on Sunday, but was reopened Monday. Frazier said as of Monday, there's no move to reconsider the rules for kayaking at the lake, and that the rules for renting kayaks is that life jackets be used. He added that it is against the rules of Hague Mill Lake Park for people to swim in the water at any time, whether they are kayaking or not, whether they are wearing life jackets or not. That is due to state environmental laws because the lake is a drinking water reservoir. Ivan Andres Gonzalez de Oro was born in Barranquilla, Colombia on August 16, 1997, to Carmelo Gonzalez and Mercedes de Oro. He was laid to rest on Thursday. In other local news, Georgia Labor Commissioner Bruce Thompson said Dalton recorded an unemployment rate of 4.7% in June, up 0.7% over the month. The year-ago rate was 3.8%, Thompson said, that every summer students and seasonal workers inject our state's workforce with a fresh wave of talent and energy. And although this may lead to a temporary rise in unemployment, their contributions are the driving force behind Georgia's business success and the engine propelling our economy forward. The labor force decreased in Dalton by 140 people and ended the month with 59,893. That number went up by 1,450 when compared to June 2023. Dalton finished the month with 57,105 employed residents. Now that number decreased by 541 over the month and rose by 880 when compared to the same time a year ago. Dalton ended June with 69,000 jobs. Jobs decreased by 100 over the month and rose by 1,000 when compared to this time last year. In June, initial unemployment claims increased by 157 in Dalton. Compared to June 2023, claims were up by 206, totaling 526. Thompson said all of Georgia's regional commissions reported a rise in June unemployment rates. The unemployment rate was up 0.6 to 3.9% over the month. The rate was 3.3% 1 year ago. Now, the labor force was up 330 over the month and up 13,514 over the year to 448,795, an all-time high. The number of employed was down 2169 over the month and up 10,687 over the year to 400,031 and 499. Initial claims were up 78 over the month and down 170 over the year to 1,757. Meanwhile, in Murray County, well, the Chatsworth Depot and Wright Hotel will host the conclusion of their summer second Saturday events with guided tours from 1 to 4 p.m. on Saturday, August 10th. And Thomas the Tank Engine will be at the depot. The Chatsworth Depot, constructed in 1905 by the Louisville and Nashville Railroad, is the oldest public building in the town. The passenger waiting room contains a museum showcasing the talc industry in Murray County. The station agent's office and the freight room contain historic railroad artifacts and exhibits related to the depot. The 1960 caboose located behind the depot will be open for all to visit. Historical Society members will be on hand to give tours and answer questions. A special guest Ho-Scale and G-Scale Thomas and his friends will be running on the depot's permanent indoor model train displays. The always popular Big Blue Train will make its second 2024 appearance, offering train rides around the block to those in attendance. There will be a special area inside the depot with wooden Brio trains for the smallest train fans to get hands-on playtime with Thomas and friends. A making return visit will also be kid-powered train rides. This train car, the kids can crank with their own hands and power it down the tracks. The train car runs on a 7 1/8 gauge track and carries the youngsters at their own pace. Each person gets to ride and power his or her own car. Now, in addition to the trains, Will and Ralph Callahan, hikers from Chatsworth, will be sharing some of their experiences, showing some equipment used in hiking and answering questions. The brothers will talk about hiking the Appalachian Trail, the Continental Divide Trail, and the Pacific Crest Trail, totaling over 10,000 miles. And around the corner from the depot on First Avenue is the historic Wright Hotel. The hotel opened in 1909, and the 115th anniversary of that historic occasion is the focus of events there over the next year. The business operated into the 1960s, sometimes under the name Chatsworth Hotel, and today is a double listing on the National Register of Historic Places, first as an individual site, and again as a part of the downtown Chatsworth Historic District. A property of the Historical Society for almost 4 decades now. The site will feature some new photographic displays, as well as some souvenir t-shirts, buttons, magnets, and coasters. Proceeds from these items, as well as donations, will go toward the continued preservation of the building. Admission is free of charge. Now, when we get back, it's Georgia news. But first, let's take a look at the obituaries. Welcome back to North Georgia News Now. Turning stateside, a Georgia man has pleaded guilty in federal court to threatening to kill U.S. Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene, a Republican from Rome. Sean Patrick Cirillo, age 34 of Atlanta, pleaded guilty to one count of transmitting interstate threats. A sentencing date has not been yet scheduled. Greene represents Georgia's 14th congressional district, which includes Whitfield and Murray counties. According to U.S. Attorney Ryan Buchanan and court records, Cirillo called Greene's Capitol Hill office 3 times last November 8th and spoke with her staffers. During the calls, he made multiple threats against the Congresswoman, indicating he was planning to kill her the following week. On Tuesday of this week, Buchanan said that threatening to kill a public official is reprehensible. He added that his office will not tolerate any form of violence, threats, or intimidation against public officials. Well, in other North Georgia news, the board chairman of the Georgia Department of Corrections was among those killed in a plane crash in Wyoming last week. Larry Haney, his wife Melissa, and 3 members of an Atlanta family gospel group died when a single-engine turboprop piloted by Haney crashed near Recluse, a town in northeastern Wyoming. The plane experienced an autopilot issue, according to initial findings reported by a spokesperson for the National Transportation Safety Board. In a statement, Governor Bryant Kemp praised Haney for a career of valued service in public safety. 3 members of the family gospel group, the Nealons, also died in that crash. Kelly Nealon Clark, her husband Jason Clark, and their daughter Amber Nelson Kistler were headed to the Gaither homecoming cruise to Alaska at the time of the crash. Amber's husband Nathan Kistler and Melody Hodges, an assistant, were also killed. Kelly and Jason's other daughter, Autumn Nealon Streetman, who was also a member of the group, was not on the plane. The 19-member Georgia Board of Corrections postponed its scheduled August 1 meeting until August 8. Please know that our thoughts and prayers go out to the friends and family of those lost. Up next, the Georgia Secretary of State's office has launched a new web portal to allow voters to cancel their registration online. The site, cancelmyregistration.sos.ga.gov, lets voters who are moving or opting out of voter registration to notify their county registrar that they want their registration canceled. Georgia Secretary of State Brad Raffensperger said on Monday that this is a convenient tool for any voter who wants to secure their voter registration by canceling their old one when they move out of state. And it will also help keep Georgia's voter registration database up to date without having to rely on postcards being sent and returned by an increasingly inefficient postal system. Once voters who wish to cancel their registration access the site, they will be asked to provide identifying information such as a driver's license or social security number. County voter registration officials will receive a notification through the Garvis system to remove the voter from the rolls. Raffensperger said he will provide a secure link to closing attorneys and realtors in Georgia so that canceling an out-of-date voter registration will be part of the moving process. According to Raffensperger, voter list maintenance is done daily in Georgia, and this new method will make the process even more efficient. When we return, it's community calendar time. See you in a couple of minutes. Well, welcome back to North Georgia News Now. Here are some of the things going on in the local area. Dalton's Off the Rails concert series continues on Friday, August 2nd from 6:30 to 10 p.m. at the Burr Park Stage downtown. Attendees will be treated to a night of free Southern rock with performers Jupiter Coyote, Sweet Leona, and Geiger Legal's Nick Stewart. The Artistic Civic Theater presents Mary Poppins. The beloved Disney film turned magical musical features, classic songs, a timeless story, and magic for the entire family. The production includes a cast of 50 performers, an enormous spinning set, and electrifying music. Showtimes are at 7:30 p.m. on August 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, and 2 p.m. on August 4th. This production will be held at Hammond Creek Theater. Tickets are now available at ACT Dalton. That's actdalton.com. Watch director Kate Sutherland and 2 actors from the production on this week's episode of The Talk with Connie on WDNN TV and on the Talk with Connie YouTube channel. The Northwest Georgia Family Crisis Center presents their 5th annual Little Black Dress event on August 9th from 6:30 to 9:30 p.m. in the Weaving Room at the Mill, located at 825 Chattanooga Avenue in Dalton. Ladies, get your tickets for an evening filled with music, shopping, dancing, drinks, food, fun, and a raffle. VIP tickets are $60. General admission tickets are $45. You can buy tickets at nwgafcc.com. That's nwgafcc.com. All the proceeds benefit victims of domestic violence and the Northwest Georgia Family Crisis Center. Well, Salem Baptist Church will be giving away free groceries for those in need on August 15th from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. No ID is required. Invite a friend. Salem Baptist Church is located at 1448 Pleasant Drive in Dalton. You can also call 706-259-7045 for more information. Well, Dalton's 2nd annual Falloween's Giving is set for Saturday, September 21st from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. at Burr Performing Arts Center. Expect an awesome, fun-filled day with crafts, artists, and food vendors, plenty of sweets, activities, and lots of music. The North Georgia Fried Pickle Festival, you heard that right, is coming to North Georgia Fairgrounds on October 5th and 6th. You can shop with over 175 craft and commercial vendors, enjoy a variety of food, including fried pickles, a petting zoo, pony rides, inflatables, trackless train rides, face painting, games, entertainment, and much more. Special guests include Twiggy the water skiing squirrel and Turtle Man live. There's a live action going to be taking place. Admission is $5 and parking is free. If you'd like to include your event in WDNN TV's community calendar, send an email to info@wdnntv.com with event in the subject line. Be sure to follow WDNN TV on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. We'll see you soon.